Joe Biden has broken his silence after Hurricane Milton wreaked havoc on Florida. The president emerged for a quick press briefing, but instead of focusing on the current weather situation and recovery effort, he bizarrely spent the time blasting Donald Trump. When asked if he had spoken to Donald Trump at all, Joe Biden became agitated and blasted the former president, telling him to get a life and help these people.
Have you spoken with former President Trump at all?
Are you kidding me? Mr. President Trump, former President Trump, get a life, man. Help these people.
Will you hold him accountable? You said you were going to hold those accountable.
Public will hold them accountable. You better than the press hold them accountable because you know the truth.
Will you plan to speak with former President Trump?
No.
The remarks drew criticism from social media, particularly because Donald Trump provided free accommodation to frontline emergency service workers in his Miami hotel.
Joshua Asu. Keith Wales. Cody Johnson.
Yep.
This commentator blasted Joe Biden, saying, Donald Trump has personally been on the ground in states devastated by Hurricane Helene, as well as opening up his hotels in Florida to those preparing to help repair the state in the wake of Hurricane Milton. This commentator agreed, saying, Trump hasn't been in office in nearly 4 years, yet he still traveled to the areas impacted by the hurricane. And in another bizarre turn, during the statement, Joe Biden said Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will be helping with the hurricane cleanup.
Mr. President, what did Prime Minister Netanyahu tell you about his plans relating to retaliation?
He's coming over to help with the storm.
Commentators on social media were shocked, saying, reporter asks Joe Biden what Prime Minister Netanyahu told him about plans to retaliate against Iran. Biden responded that he is coming to help with the hurricane in Florida. The leader of the free world? Joe Biden's strange comments come after his VP and Democratic nominee Kamala Harris was slammed for her own bizarre gaffe during a Hurricane Milton briefing where she was recorded covering her mouth while speaking to an aide.
Flood, we really got to watch those areas and those communities. So it takes quite a while for that water to drain.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Ken, I have a question for you. You mentioned words matter, and I know there's a lot of media following this briefing.
Commentator Dave Rubin mocked Kamala Harris, saying, do you realize how stupid this woman is?
Do you realize how stupid this woman is? The microphone is here. In her case, it was at her computer, and she thought if she covered her mouth that they wouldn't pick up her saying live broadcast. That is what we are dealing with this lady who is just saying.
And whilst Joe Biden is warring with Donald Trump, Kamala Harris has been blasted for politicizing the natural disaster by picking a fight with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, revealed Sky News contributor Megyn Kelly.
She decides to pick a fight with Ron DeSantis because she thinks it makes her look good to fight with a prominent Republican, even though the man right now truly is trying to save lives. I don't remember the last time a Cat 5 hurricane was barreling toward the Gulf Coast of Florida. Those things are monsters. They're talking about storm surge like we've never seen that may have cities as large as Tampa, Florida, underwater. The mayor of Tampa, and there are some dozen towns around it, said today, if you stay, you will die. Ron DeSantis is the governor of that state. He has truly a lot to deal with. They're still recovering from Hurricane Helene, which devastated the same area 2 weeks ago. And she decides to get political with him and to pick a fight with him. Why? Because she's probably still ticked off about his abortion law and his ill-named, according to the Dems, Don't Say Gay bill, which was not anything of the kind. So she thinks he's going to be fun to fight with, without any appreciation for the distraction she's now causing for a man who truly has people's lives in his hands.